friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany, and in today's video, we are doing some fun, patriotic 4th of July, delicious little treats and cocktails for any summer bash that you might be throwing. So if you're here for it, let's go ahead and get started. Before we get started today, I want to go ahead and thank our sponsor, Craftsy. Craftsy is an online community that offers more than 2,000 different types of classes, videos to watch where you can learn how to do a new craft or perfect a craft that you already do. These classes are offered in more than 20 popular categories, including the ones I've already mentioned. So there are things like photography, gardening, knitting, crocheting, cooking, baking, you name it. I even saw this super cool tutorial about how to make this really cute summer tote. Look how cute this is. I love this, and I would love to make this because I think it would be adorable to accompany me on a beach trip or something. So very cute. Craftsy offers classes that are step-by-step tutorials led by really awesome instructors to teach you how to do things that maybe you don't already know, or if you're looking to improve skills that you already have. They also have tutorials and articles if you don't want to take an entire class, but you want to learn how to make one. I'm going to be using this one right here in today's video for these super cute cupcake ice cream cones. I think these are adorable, and these would be perfect for a summer bash. And we're gonna make our own little version of this one today. You guys know I love to cook, so I'm gonna be working my way through all of their fantastic recipes. They look super good and really easy to follow, which I love as a busy working mom. As a Craftsy member, you do have access to all of these different classes, and Craftsy also adds new classes and tutorials so that you can always find something new and exciting to keep you motivated as a maker.
I took a class from the Bold Baking Academy for making the perfect cheesecake, and I learned the coolest trick where you flip over the base of your spring pan to make it nice and easy to remove your cheesecake after you're done baking. This is something I have struggled with every time I've made a cheesecake, and I never have to struggle again, which is fantastic. What a cool trick.
You can even connect with other makers and other DIYers if you have questions or you're looking for more inspiration. And I think that's super cool when you have a nice little community that you can reach out to as well. If you are interested in becoming a Craftsy member as well, I will have the link for you down in the description box. The first 1,000 of you to click that link down below will receive a premium membership to Craftsy for only $1.49. So make sure that you click the link before those are gone. And again, thank you Craftsy for sponsoring today's video.
The first thing we're going to make are our ice cream cupcakes. Fun fact about this recipe, you guys, when I was first going through the Craftsy website and I saw this fun summer recipe, I instantly knew I had to do it. It was so stinking cute. And when I printed it out so that I would have the directions easily at my fingertips, I realized it was written by my sweet friend Lindley, who I actually have known now for almost 18 years. We were mom friends when our daughters were itty bitty babies, and they are now almost 18. So cool that I found that recipe and it ended up being from somebody I know. So fun. That was actually a free article on Craftsy, so you can definitely check that one out as well. But in order to get a hold of those classes, you'll definitely need to be a member. We're going to go ahead and mix up our batter. I used that super moist Betty Crocker batter there, and I'm using these jumbo ice cream cones. These are all I could find at my local grocery store, and I'm going to put my ice cream cones here in my muffin tin. You can use crumbled up a tin foil if you need to keep them sturdy, but mine were perfectly fine. I'm now going to go ahead and add my batter here into this measuring cup, making it easier for me to pour into the ice cream cones. That measuring cup is actually from Michael's. It's so cute. I love it so much. You're going to fill these a little over the halfway point, 3/4 of the way, if you will, and these will be ready to go in the oven. Go ahead and bake them however it says on the package. I think I baked mine at 350 for roughly around 20 minutes, I believe. And mine, like I said, were jumbo, so they might have taken a little bit longer to bake. While those are finishing up here, I just want to take a second to apologize for my nasally voice here. I definitely am suffering from some serious seasonal allergies. I'm so sorry. While those were baking, we went ahead and started on our buttercream frosting. So you're just going to follow a traditional buttercream recipe. I used 2 sticks of butter, 2 cups of powdered sugar, and that was it. I did put in a little bit of dash of salt as well, just to kind of counterbalance all that sweetness. But that's all you're going to need, and let that beat for around 5 to 7 minutes on a super high speed, and it will get nice and fluffy, and it will double in size. It's amazing how that happens. Once it's finished, I'm going to go ahead and divide this into 3 colors, red, white, and blue. So I've got 2 bowls there. I'm adding a little bit into each bowl, and then we're going to mix in some gel food coloring in red and blue. You can make this as dark or as light as you'd like. I wanted it pretty saturated, so I added a pretty decent amount of food coloring. Go ahead and mix that together, and we're going to put this all together in our piping bag to give us that swirl effect. In the original recipe, it does have more of a Neapolitan look, but to make this festive for the 4th of July, we're going to use red, white, and blue. What ended up happening, unfortunately, though, was that my camera did shut off and I didn't realize it, but I used a plastic wrap method where you put the 3 different colors side by side in some plastic wrap that together, and then cut off one end and put that into your piping bag. I've got a large star tip point there on the end, star tip, and that's what we're going to use to pipe on. It's a piping tip. I'm so sorry. I couldn't think of the word. That's what we're going to use to pipe onto our cupcakes. I went ahead and tried it out just to make sure that it gave us the perfect colors, and look at this, you guys. It is like magic, and they look just like ice cream cones. Once I was done frosting, I put them into the refrigerator to let them firm up so that they didn't melt, since they are butter. And then we're going to go ahead and get started on making our little cherries for the top. Now, I followed Lindley's tutorial to a T. However, I am definitely no fondant master. That is for sure. She definitely is. She has an entire book on how to make fondant cupcake toppers. I, however, am not good at these things. So I did the best that I could. I got my fondant and all of my tools at Michael's. I'll link everything I can for you down below. I wish I could have found the light pink color. Unfortunately, I could only find this hot pink color, but it did, work out for me. But I did follow the instructions, and I think they turned out okay. They're definitely quirky little cherries, but they did turn out cute. Once those were done, I went ahead and added them to the top of our little ice cream cones, and these are finished and probably the cutest thing I'm gonna make today. Next up, we're going to work on some popsicle-shaped cake pops. I have 3 different colored candy melts here, all from Michael's, as well as the super cute popsicle form that I have right there in the background, the red one. I went ahead and melted down my candy melts, going to give those a good stir so that they're nice and soft. And then we're going to grab a pastry brush because we're going to brush this melted down chocolate into our mold. This is what's going to give us the outside of our cake pop. Now, I will tell you that after finishing this project, there are a couple of things I would do differently. For one, when you are putting your candy melt here into your form, make sure that you put a really thick coat. I did not do that. I put a medium thick coat and they did crumble. So you're going to want to put a really good amount of chocolate or candy melt, and that will ensure that your cake pops do not fall apart as you're trying to take them out. The other thing here was that I wanted to create one of those firecracker popsicles, so I did put blue on the bottom. Then I popped this into the freezer, took it back out, added the white once it was nice and solid, put it back in the freezer so the white could solidify, and then did it again with the red, and that gave us that triple color on those fire pops over there. I know that's not what they're called, but right now I cannot think of what they're called, and I know you guys know what I'm talking about. So pop those into the freezer. They do solidify really, really quickly, and while those are working, we're gonna go ahead and get started on our cake pops as well. The batter that I didn't use for our ice cream cone cupcakes, I had baking in the oven for our cake pops. Now, a quick tip for making a really delicious cake pop is to not let your cake fully cool. Let it be a little bit warm. That way, the steam from the inside of your cake will keep it really, really soft. And then we're going to use about 1/4 cup or so of the ready to go frosting. I like this frosting better for when doing cake pops because I feel like it's sweet, but it's not as sweet as a buttercream. And I kind of prefer that when it comes to the cake pops. So go ahead and stir that in. That's all you're going to need for your cake pops. These will be ready to go, and we'll grab our form and get these added in. Be gentle when you're adding in your cake because you don't want to crack your existing candy mold that's already in there. So I'm just very delicately patting this into our form, and then we're going to use the pastry brush again to add more candy melt to the outside of the cake pop. Don't add your sticks yet. We'll add those when we're all done. Once you've added more candy melt to the back of your popsicles, go ahead and pop these into your freezer and let them sit for about a half an hour to an hour, allowing for the cake pop to solidify. Once they're done, go ahead and take them out. Now be very, very careful unless you are really good about creating a good thick candy melt barrier, because mine, like I said, were rather flimsy, and I definitely need to do this differently next time, but I'm just kind of pulling them apart here just to loosen them up inside the mold, and then I will very carefully pull them out. And then the last thing we'll do is add the sticks. To take these adorable cake pops over the top, we are going to add some of this really cute decorative ribbon that I picked up at Michael's as well. I love that gingham one there. I think it's so cute. And I just think that all of this ribbon is so sweet. So I'm just putting a couple together, and then we're just going to tie it around the popsicle stick for some added color and cuteness. The next treat that we're going to make is one of my favorites. It is so simple and absolutely delicious. I popped some kettle corn and let that cool. And then I'm taking that melted candy melt and I'm just drizzling it over the top of our popcorn in our 3 different colors. This is going to give us a festive sweet popcorn. This is so simple. Once I'm done adding all of the chocolate, I'm going to pop this into the freezer and let this cool only for a couple of minutes, and this will be ready to go. You could add in candy and sprinkles. You could add in peanuts if you wanted. Any other thing would be absolutely delicious as well. But for today, I just did the candy melt, and my kids were literally sitting there salivating while I was doing this because this is a favorite for us when it comes to movie night. To keep it extra festive, I picked up these little popcorn boxes from Michael's, and they're super cute in this red and white striped. Thought these would be also adorable for Christmas. And we're just going to put a couple of these together, and then we're going to fill them with our super cute popcorn, and these are ready to go. This is fast, simple, and very affordable. This next treat was easy but took a long time. I'm just going to start by saying that. But I found these really cute cookie molds at Michael's, and I am using the melted chocolate again here, the candy melt, and a toothpick to fill in the little grooves with the different colors. So to give your cookie a little bit of dimension here, you can add in the different colors, let that dry before adding in the next color. And this was tedious, very simple, just took forever, you guys. Like probably a good 40 minutes of this project just to make 6 cookies. Totally unnecessary, but they did turn out really, really cute, and my kids cannot wait to eat these tomorrow for the 4th of July. So once you have your first color done and dry, add in whatever color you want for the majority of your cookie. Spread that around, pop in your favorite cookie. I'm using a vanilla Oreo. Then you're going to cover that up with the candy melt, pop these into your freezer, let them solidify, and they're ready to go. Next up, we're going to make a super cute walking dessert. This is super simple. It's actually a pretzel cheesecake. Normally, I would do this in a pretzel bag with mini pretzels, but I couldn't find those. So today, we're going to use these charcuterie cups that I picked up on Amazon. I had these already from a previous party. Go ahead and start by layering in some pretzels here to the bottom of your cup. If you're using the bag, you can just open up the bag and leave it just as it is. And then we're also going to add in some cheesecake pudding. I pre-made this, so it was ready to go. This is just Jell-O, and it's Jell-O cheesecake pudding. So very delicious, so good on a hot summer day. So I'm just going to go ahead and stir this up and add a scoop to every single cup. To give this treat a little bit more delicious flavor, we're going to add in some pie filling in strawberry and cherry because I can never decide which one I like better. And you're just going to add in a spoonful or two. I kind of tuck it to the side here so you can still see your cheesecake underneath, but you can put more or less, whatever you like, or completely leave this part off and it would taste just as good. The last thing we do is top it with some crushed pretzels to give it some cuteness to the top. You could also add a little bit of Cool Whip or whipped cream. I didn't have any today, but that is also super delicious on here as well. And to make these a little extra festive, we're also going to add on a cute little flag cupcake topper that I also picked up at Michael's to just make sure that we tie in our theme of 4th of July. To display all of our treats, I've got them set out here just like a charcuterie board with different things to give us some different levels. And you guys, this is so cute and ready to go for any kind of party, any hosting that you might have for the festive holiday. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me in today's video. If you enjoyed it, please let me know by giving a thumbs up and leaving a comment down below. I would love to hear what you thought of these treats and if you plan to make any for your holiday. If you aren't subscribed, I'd love to have you subscribe and come back for more. I post 3 new videos every single week. And of course, I want to give a huge shout out to Craftsy for sponsoring today's video. Make sure you check them out at the link below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, my friends. We'll see you soon.